Okay, now let's look at another kind of problems. And these are called mixture problems. And for these mixture problems, I have written a general statement, what it usually could be. Value 1 times quantity 1 plus value 2 times quantity 2. So usually there are two things given to you equals total. So your goal is to create your equation with one variable. So you will be given enough information that you will be able to create it. So remember, we have to follow the 5-step process. Define our variables, create an equation, solve the equation, do a left side, right side check, and then write a therefore statement. So let's look at this example given here. Billy Bob has $21.90, and this amount of money that he has is made up of dimes and quarters. If there are total 117 coins in all, how many quarters are there? So just remember in your word problem questions, whatever the question is. So here the question is, how many quarters are there? That should be your let statement. So let's start with that. So we will say let, because we are talking about quarters, how many quarters we want, let Q be the number of quarters. Now we have to write how many dimes he will have. Now look at the question back again. If he has total 117 coins, then how many dimes would he have in terms of the variable Q? Therefore, he will have 117 minus Q will be the number of dimes. So we have just created our let statement using only one variable. We are not allowed to use more than one variable because we don't have enough information or the skill set yet to solve for it in grade 9. As you go in higher grades, you will know how to solve for more than one variable. Okay, so now let's create an equation. Okay, so in total, he has $21.90, which is made up of these quarters and dimes. So to create our equation, I'm just going to do a little setup for you to have a better understanding of this. So he has quarters. So what will be the value of quarters plus value of dimes equals, in total, he has $21.90. Now remember, what is the value of a quarter? A quarter is 25 cents. So if he has Q number of quarters, so we can write this as 0.25 Q, because that would be in terms of dollars, because here in our equation it's written $21.90. So we must make sure that we change it in terms of dollar value. Now a dime is worth 10 cents. So we can just write this as 0.10 times how many dimes do we have? We will take it from right here, 117 minus Q. That's the number of dimes we have. So this will be 117 minus Q. So this is our equation now, and we are going to use this equation to simplify and solve for our value of Q. So now here, let's figure out the value of Q first using algebra. So our first step would be to distribute, because we have brackets. So we are going to multiply inside the brackets. So what do we get? We get 0.225 Q plus 0.10 times 117 would be 11.7 minus 0.10 Q equals 21.90. Okay, now we will combine like terms. So what will be our like terms here? Here the like terms would be this, the Q values. So let's combine them. So 0.25 Q minus 0.10 would be 0.15 Q equals 21.90, and I'm going to bring 11.1 to the other side, and it's going to turn negative, 11.7. So what do we get? We have 21.90 minus 11.7. That would make 10.2, and this would be 0.15 Q. So now we must get rid of this 0.15. So we are going to divide both sides by 0.15. And what do we get for the Q? So Q would be 68. So therefore, how many quarters do we have? Number of quarters is 68, and dimes was 117 minus 68. So that would be 49 dimes. So therefore, the number of quarters are 68, and number of dimes equals 49. Now, we are going to do a left side, right side check to make sure that our answer is correct. Okay, so let's take the value of Q as 68 and replace it in the equation. So we will have 0.25 times 68 plus 0.10 times 117 minus 68. So this comes out to 68 times 0.25 would be 17 plus, now here we will have 0.10, let's follow that math, so subtract first, so 117 minus 68 would be 49, so this would be equal to 17 plus 49 times 1.0 is 4.9. Now 4.9 plus 49 would be 21.9. So we on the right side we had 21.90 as well. So we have left side equals right side. Now, good idea to here in this case would be also to do a logical check, because here we are dealing with money. So let's do a logical check. So now dimes were 49 and quarters were 68. So 68 times a quarter is worth 0.25 cents plus dimes were 49 and each dime is worth 0.10 cents. So what would that be? So 68 times 0.25 would be 17 quarters value, so $17 plus 4.9 dimes, so that is again $21.90. So therefore, we have just done the logical check, plus we have done the left side, right side check, and this completes our question. Therefore, there are 68 quarters and 49 dimes.